are now joined by Chetan Bhagat. He's joining us live on the broadcast. Mr. Bhagat, thank you very much for speaking with us. Here in Mumbai, I am at Shivaji Park. There's a massive protest underway. So the protest is not just limited to the national capital. The sentiment on ground is the same. Students feel that they want reform. Students feel that they want justice and they want to end this cycle of paper leak. However, round two remained inconclusive. Your first thoughts?
Well, I mean, abhi to weekend baki hai, ma'am. Like the weekend is, I think, where the more people are going to come. This is an extremely viral movement because it has extremely viral content on Instagram. And a gift was given in terms of the police atrocities that were done on students. It may not even have been a very lot of incidents, but of the few incidents that happened, it created this virality with like fully good bodies, bodybuilder type cops wearing riot gear, helmets, armored things, chasing kids with lathis. That doesn't make for a very good impression, and it creates a lot of emotion in everybody who watches, and crores of people watched it. And now everybody wants to be part of this and come and post on their account, and then their followers watch it, and so it just goes on and on. So I think we are already people. I don't know if you were there at 2011 times. People have been telling me that the crowds are bigger than 2011. I don't know. Am I right in saying that? Are the crowds already bigger than the Anna Hazare movement type crowds?
Here in Mumbai, absolutely. I was not at Jantar Mantar to witness this personally. Anna, it is almost equal. You can say the same scale. You can say it is similar in terms of the number of people who are gathering here. Chetan Bhagat, there's also this worry that
So the point, sorry, just to answer,
will it continue to go on and on because the primary demand.
Just to answer your question on what the government is doing, the government has to do something very big. If the students are asking for this, the only way to fix this is give them more. Not like, okay, you want this, I'll give you this. No, because then it'll keep growing. Because now the students know the more they grow, the more the pressure builds. Already, like what the student, that is why, has it ever happened that so many statements have come from the top? They have come because they're responding to these students. And now the students, abhi to weekend has not come. Now Independence Day is coming, right? All these things are happening. So this has to be resolved by then. If the government wants it resolved, they have to give the students what they want, maybe a little more, so that the students are like, okay, this is, but you cannot do things like, okay, you want this, I'll just give you ye lo, thoda sa le lo. The wo nahi hoga. So this is really a lot more to come here.
But then, Chetan Bhagat, the biggest worry and concern at the moment is what is the solution? The students, and I'm talking about CJP here. So CJP representatives have reiterated that their primary demand is that Dharmendra Pradhan should be sacked, he should resign. And so is, the opposition's demand, primary demand. First sack him, let him resign, only then a discussion can take place in the parliament. The government is announcing a slew of measures that we will tighten the norms, we'll make the laws even more stricter, we will establish fast-track courts that will conduct daily hearings. Do you think that is enough to convince the students? And once again, going back to the question, what really is the solution if no one is willing to budge?
अभी तो रायता फैल गया मैडम, इतना आसान नहीं है इसका solution अभी तो this will play out. It's not reached cities. There are more kids that are going to come. Kids just want to express themselves. So we should not get put up. Let them protest firstly. That is one part of the solution. Let them protest. It's okay. It's their right to protest. They want to protest. Let them protest. Okay. Now, if you feel the heat, if the government is feeling the heat, and they are feeling the heat, and there could be political consequences, whatever, then, I mean, you have to sometimes make tough choices. I agree. I don't personally believe in resignations change that much. But at the same time, now it's come to a point where the government has to restore trust. They have to tell the students, we are there for you. You have put us here. So we will do it. So it's not such a difficult task also. I question the efficacy of this ask, but it's not such a big ask they're not asking Dharmendra Pradhan to be like punished or like thrown out of politics or anything like that. They're just saying they don't want him at this post. He can get another ministry, right? That is also a possibility. You just do a bit of a reshuffle. And that's also possible. There are many options that make the government also show that they care and they can also preserve their image or whatever they're trying. I don't know, whatever. They don't want to be taken for a blackmail every time and keep. I understand why they don't want him to resign, because then every time there's a protest, they will say resign, make this person resign, that person resign, and the precedent is set. But in this case, this protest has gone to a different level. It's exponentially growing. It is a one of one kind of protest. We have not seen a protest like this. It is even more than the Anna movement. I'm telling you, because it's not over. It's growing still. So it's something the government should act. And every hour you lose, I won't even say every day, because we live in
the
time.
scale of the Anna Hazare movement, it will perhaps exceed that. Chetan, you said रायता फैल गया है. उस रायते को समेटने की कहीं से तो शुरुआत करनी पड़ेगी. And you know, I want to ask this specific question. Do you think the delayed response perhaps is the reason why it has reached this stage?
Yeah, because we are very different here in 2026, not even in 2011, where there were no smartphones, no fast data. Today, anybody who puts a video, whether it's the government side or the protesters, if it can reach every corner of the country in a matter of hours. You and I have probably seen the same video which came 2 hours back. Already we've seen it. So any delay, it's a matter of it just the movement may have doubled by then. So you have to, it's like I said, तभी तो बोल रहा हूँ रायता फैल गया. It's just genie's out of the bottle now. So you have, the more it's followed, जितना ज्यादा फैला है, उतना बड़ा एक्शन गवर्नमेंट को दिखाना पड़ेगा to build the trust back. So 2 weeks back or 1 week back, just mere talking to people at Jantar Mantar may have done the job. Now they need more. Now they're meeting. Now they're doing the talking, but that's not doing the job. अब और करना है. So ऐसे अभी the more and more it spreads, the bigger the gesture, not even gesture, the action, I would say, the government will have to take, and they will take it. See, it's not like the government is not aware. But I think still people in general do not realize how viral, how exponential today's times are, how much Instagram reels travel. It's far beyond TV. It's far beyond 2011 time when we had some social media, a little bit Twitter here, there, but nothing compared to what it is today.
Yes. Now, I want to ask you this. Has Gen Z surprised you with this movement? I also want to club that with another question. Since you said that something bigger will have to be done by the government, a bigger gesture. What we are witnessing at the moment is things getting entangled in politics, with the opposition also stepping in. Do you think that the government needs to now, engage more stakeholders who can perhaps engage with the youth, with the Gen Z better?
No stakeholders will work now. And government should not care about the opposition, because the opposition, it is the opposition's job to do this. They will never praise the government, right? The real worry comes when people who don't normally criticize the government, when students who are not even that political, they probably like 16-year-olds, how much politics they know. Then they are like, raising slogans. They are going to be voters in 2 years, first-time voters. You don't want to lose them. You don't want to lose them as a political party. Does it come at a political cost? For sure. For sure it comes at a political cost. There is some humiliation. There is some, all that will happen. But it's not worth dragging this, delaying this, and closing your eyes and thinking this will just go away. People will get bored in 3 days. People will eventually get bored, but it will be
soon, in the near future, because CJP is adamant on their point that they want the resignation of the Education Minister. Nothing less than that is going to suffice. Nothing less than that is going to be acceptable to them. Government, of course, like I said, has been trying to reach out with other measures like strengthening of the law, like setting up of fast-track courts. That does not seem to have an impact, because the immediate demand is पहले resignation होना चाहिए. Reforms की बात हम बाद में करेंगे.
So, and that option should not be kept off the table. The government cannot say ये नहीं हो सकता. क्योंकि अभी मैं कह रहा हूँ ना, हफ्ता 10 दिन पहले there were other softer options available. today when you have like lakhs of people and now Saturday, Sunday hasn't even come. Independence Day is coming in like 2 weeks or 3 weeks, whatever. So, if this goes on till Independence Day, imagine what will happen on 15th August. So you have to do something. And what is that something? You first said, let's take danda and scatter all these people away. That was the biggest mistake. Like I said, that danda videos have created the content. That's like free advertising for the protest. So they created that. Now again, some gestures, some expression. I'm not saying it's nothing, but in today's when it's like a volcano that is bursting, you can't just go with a bottle cap. You have to create thunder and rain to counter it. और वो गवर्नमेंट को करना पड़ेगा कुछ ऐसा कदम जो आज तक किसी ने उठाया नहीं. And if it means making some political sacrifices, तो करने पड़ेंगे. But I am not an expert in politics. I can tell you what the youth and this movement is doing. I am not sitting in those offices. I am not running a political party. So there must be huge compulsions that the government is not willing to listen to that demand of resignation. There must be some reason, So, but I don't know if they have correctly measured. It's not a Gen Z that's going to get bored day after and start playing video games. They are not letting go.
Whether it's acceptable to the government or not a word on that. All that we know at the moment is that the government is listening to these demands. That's all that has been said, Chetan. But you're saying that the biggest mistake was the crackdown, using force against the students, and there has to be a bigger gesture from the government. कुछ बड़ा करना पड़ेगा. Chetan, on that note, I'm thanking you. बहुत शुक्रिया हमसे बात करने के लिए. Thank you very much for taking those questions. We are shifting our focus now to some breaking inputs coming in.